Hey guys, how are you? I hope you would be doing great. My today's video is based on a very common question. How can I get Canadian permanent resident visa with low IELTS score? As we know, thousands of immigration aspirants are struggling with IELTS and they are stuck at bands between 5 to 7. So this video is very informative and helpful for those people with low IELTS score. Watch full video attentively and explore your options how you can make your Canada dream a reality. Canada welcomes thousands of immigrants each year to meet the shortages in its labor market. Since everybody knows Canada itself is an underpopulated country, it needs foreign skilled workers who can come, work, and permanently settle in the country as permanent residents. To grant this permanent residency, the country has a few parameters. There are many people who dream of living a comfortable life in Canada as permanent residents, but they are terrified to start the process for immigration mainly because of the language requirements, which for many of the people is IELTS by Canadian immigration authorities. As English is not native language for many applicants, it is natural to find IELTS requirements very difficult to meet. But in reality, there are certain ways to make it to Canada even at a lower IELTS score. Before I start discussing these ways, I want you to know how different scores are measured in Canadian Language Benchmark, because it is this CLB, Canadian Language Benchmark, requirements that you need to meet, and your profile will get a score on the basis of this CLB. So what level of CLB you have, it depends on the different bands that you score in IELTS. So let's discuss this CLB first. As you see in the picture on the very left hand side, so you see that there are different CLB levels ranging. The highest level is 10 and the lowest is 4, so ranging from level 4 to level 10. And then against these levels there are the reading, writing, listening and speaking bands that you or different aspirants have achieved in IELTS. So if let's say if it's a CLB level 10, so you must have band 8 in reading, band 7.5 in writing, band 8.5 in listening, and band 7.5 in speaking. That is really very high, and I know it's very difficult to achieve. So if it's CLB level 9, so you should have 7 in reading, 7 in writing, 7 in speaking, but 8 band in listening. So same is the way with the others, like band CLB level 8 and CLB level 7. So the minimum requirement for express entry, that is CLB level 7, which means you need to have 6 band in each of these 4 modules of reading, writing, listening and speaking. And at the bottom line, if we say CLB level 4, so it means you need to have only 3.5 band in reading, 4 band in writing, 4.5 band in listening and 4 band in speaking. And that is anybody with the basic knowledge of English can achieve. I can bet on it. So same is with 5 CLB level 5 and 6 and onwards. So the band goes on rising. Now, if you want to apply under Express Entry's Federal Skilled Worker Program, the minimum CLB you require is 7. As I have already discussed, it means you need to have band 6 in each of the modules of listening, reading, writing and speaking in your IELTS exam. Honestly, many people get it, but still they do not receive invitation to apply from the Government of Canada. The reason behind it is Canadian government invites candidates with highest CRS scores only. And to get highest CRS scores, you need to have CLB 9 or 10. That means very high bands in all the 4 modules of IELTS. Obviously, it is very tough to achieve these bands, so we cannot consider them. Coming back to the common problem, if you have a band 5.5, 6 or 6.5 and you have tried to improve your score but still you are stuck at the same, so what to do? There are 2 options, either to say goodbye to your Canadian dream or you need to find some other way to pursue your dream. So let's go to option number 2 and explore what it has. Let me tell you the solution to this problem. With your low IELTS score, you are not only eligible to apply for different provincial nominee programs and Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, but you are very likely to get an invitation or endorsement letter under these streams. So that's the great news, guys. Let's talk about these options one by one. So, Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. Saskatchewan is very special when it comes to your low IELTS score. Getting CLB level 4 or 5 is easier than you might think, and even people with basic understanding of English, they can get that score. So if you want to move to Canada without having to upgrade your language ability to level 7 and beyond, then simply apply for immigration to Canada through SINP, means Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program. And the best part is you don't need to have even a job offer from the province. So it is very simple to apply to Saskatchewan, like a basic math. Another much in-demand province among Asians is the province of Manitoba. This province requires a close family connection to give you nomination for immigration, even at a very less IELTS score. Manitoba is a province with a close-knit Asian migrant communities. It is friendly and it is always welcoming immigrants coming to reside in the province. The province is full of brilliant job opportunities for Asians. So the best thing about Manitoba is that you require less language score for obtaining the PR. So the only prime prerequisite for getting a residency in the province is having a known connection in the province, whether it's your family member or a close relative, and you're fine to apply for this Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program and successfully immigrate there. So guys, consider this option if you have low IELTS score like band 4.5 and you have some family member or some known connection there in Manitoba. So you just need to get IELTS band 4.5 in each modules of general training exam. So consider the option of the province of Alberta that is ready to give you a nomination at a minimal requirement of an offer letter and minimum IELTS band score of 4.5 points. So Alberta has immense opportunities for immigrants and therefore it is one of the best places to settle in. The province does not give much weight to good language scores. In fact, the most important thing for the province is to get an offer letter from an employer in Alberta, and then you are ready to apply for Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program, that is called AINP. So in other words, the government of Alberta will consider you if you have a job offer from the province, even your IELTS score is very low as 4.5. So the eligible applicants who manage to pull off a job and they have the 4.5 IELTS score, they receive a nomination certificate from the province, and that is basically your ticket to Canada if you meet other admissibility requirements. So guys, the last but not the least is the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, which was introduced 3 years ago with an aim to get skilled workers for 4 of the Atlantic provinces, as we know, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island. To apply for Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, an applicant does not really have to worry about the minimum language proficiency points. The only thing to worry about is you should have got a job offer letter from the employers of the Atlantic provinces. Like it could be any employer from any of these 4 provinces. After getting a job offer letter, you can apply to Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program even with the lowest IELTS score. As I just told you, it could be a CLB 4 or a 4.5 band. So guys, I have introduced you with 4 different programs that accept low IELTS score, and you can immigrate to Canada using any of these programs if you are struggling with your IELTS. I hope you have got some clues from this video and you know your chances better now with low IELTS score. One more thing to add on, your Canadian dream can surely become a reality. If one way doesn't work, move on to the other. If you have any questions about any of these provincial nominee programs or Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, let me know in your comments and I will be happy to answer them. Stay tuned guys. Let me know in your comments how did you find this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel and share this video with those who need this information. For the time being, have a great time. Bye bye.